which is likely.
Yeah, I'm going live.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah,
Hi guys, hi everyone. So I'm back, back on my YouTube channel to discuss about the preview of the second test between India versus England. So today I have brought in Venkat, who's my analyst today. Venkat and Ashutosh. Venkat from Mumbai, sorry, Chennai, India. He currently has Instagram account, the cricket quizzes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and yeah, you talk about you also have a podcast, if I'm not mistaken, no, on your main account. Yeah.
On I have my main account where I do some podcasts, but currently I'm more focusing more on some quiz questions.
Okay, okay, no problem. And Ashutosh from Mumbai, hi, thank you for joining back once again. Yeah, yeah. And Rohan also, who's a fan of us and who's joining as a fan, even though I couldn't include him as a cricket analyst today. But yeah, yeah. So
hello.
today we'll, yeah, hello. Yeah. So today we'll be talking about the second test between England versus India, which is very crucial. It's going to take place at the Lords, the home of cricket, as we all know. Yeah. So talking about and Rohan had an interesting stat to this tell us about. So could you start, please, Rohan, with your stat? Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the deadly duo of Anderson and Broad, who have been nightmares for the Asian teams at Lords especially, and they have enjoyed immense success, particularly India and Pakistan. But they have a very not so impressive record compared to Sri Lanka in Lords. So I was just thinking, what's the impact these two will have in case they don't play? Just to give you the stat, Anderson and Broad average around 24 and 29 in their career averages. But against
Yeah.
India, it is 17 and 20, which is highly impressive, especially at Lords, I'm saying. But they don't have a 5 wicket or a 10 wicket haul against Sri Lanka in Lords, because
Okay.
the openers and even Sri Lanka has not lost any test at Lords since, say, this after the 2000s. So
Hmm.
what did Sri Lanka do well to counter these guys is one thing that maybe Asian teams can learn.
I think Rohan, you're freezed a bit. I think your picture is
Oh, okay.
frozen. Now you're okay. Now you're okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Fine.
heard
So
we
the
heard what you said. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so that's what. If these two don't play, it's advantage India, because
Hmm.
generally
Yeah.
Lords day one it seems around a little bit, and these two are masters of that conditions. If these two don't play, irrespective who replaces them, it's always advantage India.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. Venkat and Ashutosh, you have opinions on that? Yeah. That was a marvelous stat actually from Rohan. Yeah.
Yeah, quite
Well,
amazing stat.
that's
I didn't know this. Means this is something really good stat with respect to India because definitely Anderson Broad would be a much more impact in lots and where England has huge success over there. But since they are not there, India right on top, whether they bat first or bat second. But Anderson or Broad missing, it's advantage India, I would say.
Mm. Yeah.
I have just
Also,
one question to Rohan. When you say
Yeah,
the
Venkat.
performance was so bad against Sri Lanka, during what
Mm.
years do you have those numbers?
From 2000 onwards, they have played about three tests, I think, at Lords, Sri Lanka. They have won a
In what
few, they have
years?
drawn a few, they have not lost since 2000s.
Because
yeah. Yeah.
Sri Lankan Test has a major impact post the Sangakkara and Jayawardena era. So, at what time was it? Because you have to give a huge credit to these three guys, Sangha, Jayawardena,
Yeah,
and uh, Dilshan. So, these guys, they were the
yeah,
backbone. So, and
yeah.
of course, there is nothing to hide when we are talking about these players. Their technique, the style, their ability, everything was off the charts. The big guns, legends of the game. So that's one thing. And like
Yeah.
even if you're saying, okay, what did Sri Lanka did right? These three guys were what they did right. To be honest, you cannot replicate
No,
what
just
they
to
did.
add on, apart from these three guys, when the test matches against Sri Lanka is played, generally is played in May, June, until the big teams, which is July onwards, England season plays. The second series is generally
Right.
their big series, the Ashes or anything. So during the month of May or June, when it's early season, these two guys have had slightly minimal impact with regards to maybe what benefited Sri Lanka also, as well as these three legend players they had. So it's a mixture of both. Whereas when India or Pakistan have played,
Yeah.
that's always July onwards, and the pitches are more seaming.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
sense.
a
Makes sense.
crazy this thing. Yeah, and meanwhile, Stuart Broad is out of this test match with
Yeah.
a tight muscle calf injury, and Moin Ali is included back. So, starting with Venkat, how crucial is Moin Ali going to be in this squad, and will he be picked for the second test match between India for the England squad? Starting with
The
Venkat, then
way he
Rohan,
has
and then
been,
Ashutosh. Yeah.
yeah, sure. The way he has been brought in the squad, like overnight, and it was such a huge task. He has to be in the squad. One point. And I don't believe this sudden injuries. It is just their man management that okay, these two guys will not, they're not going to play consecutive matches. Same goes with our Shardul also. I think that is also another point to include Ashwin in the team. I feel, uh, and it has to. They have to get Ashwin back at Lords or maybe an Ishan because hamstring injury, the things they're saying it doesn't make sense. So Moin, I feel they definitely should will be playing in the second test. But and again, one of the top three will Moin will be replacing. I feel.
Yeah, Rohan, your thoughts? Yeah.
No, no. If I feel Moin place it should be in place of Dan Lawrence, I guess, because
Hmm.
top three generally England don't mess around, keeping the record and
But
their continuity in mind.
Yeah, here
They'll generally
Samath
go
has
with the
brought in
junior most player.
update just now. Justin Ollie Pope is not playing in the second test versus India. Chances for Hamid to play at number three are interesting, and as Prickbas also says here, they are also including Hamid as number three. Do you agree with that, Ashutosh? Should he open or bat at number three?
I think Crawley is the one guy who is not performing. So at three, he's replacing Crawley. That makes sense. Burns and Sibley, they should be given a chance. And they have proven it's
Hmm.
not that only in the Asian continent they haven't performed, but in England you should give them a chance. But Crawley after that 264, I don't remember anything. So probably he should be replaced. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
Hasib has proved himself in the warm-up matches as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Dan Lawrence and Zach Crawley might not be in the squad after all. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, Sakib Mahmood also might is back in the squad also. So Rohan, your thoughts on Sakib?
Uh,
How
Again,
impactful he can
I
be?
think they'll go by the pecking order, if I can say. They may play Markwood and Overton is there already in the squad. So in case Anderson isn't there, they should pick Overton. I doubt if Sakim Mahmood, based on his white ball record, should be coming into a test match. Ideally, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Venkat. Yeah, your
Here's a
opinions
question.
also. Yeah.
Here's a question. Moin Ali has is a very handy bat. Okay, he's been underutilized by England. Everyone agrees to it now. Okay, one thing. And everyone in England conditions, all the batsmen from England, they want to play lower the order because the ball loses the swing and they want to go down. That is one thing. What if England considers Moeen Ali as one of the top order batsmen and add with a part-time bowling option? Let's consider him that way, and maybe a Jack Leach in place of Dan Lawrence. You get a one extra bowling option with a handy bat, and you get a spin bowler who might like the one I said in the last match when we were talking about the Indian tail. Indian tail was he batted because there was not a like a threatening fast bowler like a Mark Wood who would bowl over 145, and there was not any great spinner who could what do you call beat them in the air with the spin. So Indian tail was also able to bat. But now with an addition of say a Zach Leach and Mark Wood, that can be something that England can look at.
But Venkat, do you think England has the guts to play two spinners against India? I doubt, unless it's
Pant,
a very dry
Pant
pitch.
will be
Yeah,
dancing.
that's true.
That's what
Pant will be
Pant
the
will say. I will
happiest if
go at
that
number
happens.
three.
I think
Exactly.
Moeen Ali is the only spinner to stop punt. I think actually with his variations and with his form in the hundred with the Birmingham Phoenix, I've seen. I think he's the only option if they are going for because I don't think if they go with Jack Leach, I think Rishabh Pant will definitely attack him for sure from the go mode. Yeah, even Jadeja same. If Jadeja also
Correct.
plays in the left, yeah, Jack Leach because both are left arm spinners also. That's the very yeah. So one like Moeen Ali could be more effective than if they are going with Moeen Ali, they should go with Moeen Ali. They shouldn't go with another spinner for me for England in this squad.
Definitely, definitely. Hey, in general, I
Correct.
was thinking because that gives them a like a Sehwag-esque option, like what we had with Sachin and Sehwag, like top batsman giving a part-time ball option, a good part-time ball option. Like Sachin also has over 200 wickets for that matter as a bowler. Now this guy can be that. I'm not sure how confident they are in Moeen Ali's batting abilities in terms of Test cricket one. And it's and you're talking about having a spinner, it's always to have a pure spinner rather than a part-time spinner. And if you ask me, considering spin abilities, I would consider Zach Leach better than Ali now for now.
Yeah, and then
But
talk about India
yeah,
also. Yeah, talking about India, how who would you replace for Sadur Thakur for you? I think all three might go for Ashwin, I think, but does Ishant also have a chance in this lineup to replace one of the fast bowlers? First on Sadur Thakur's replacement, and then whether Ishant has a place in this playing 11. Yeah, starting with Rohan. Yeah,
There are
Um,
okay,
yeah, I
go
think only Ashwin will be the only change from Shardul. Ishant, if he comes, he'll come from the third test onwards, I feel, because there will be a rotation for sure. They won't play the seamers in one go because keeping the T20 World Cup in mind and all other workload management, I think India will also rotate, keeping Bumrah and Shami rotation with Ishant. So this test, I doubt if Ishant may come in. He may have an outside chance, but keeping the balance of the 11 and conditions because it will be warmer in London. I'd prefer two
yeah,
spinners in Jadeja and Ashwin and also gives that batting depth.
mm. Yeah. Venkat,
yeah.
your opinion in the Ashutosh? Yeah,
The only reason I think Ishant might play is because Kohli had this statement for getting that same template of four pacers. That is the only reason I might think. But I agree with Rohan because the news is that Ishant till now has not attended even a single bowling session as a
Yeah,
part of training also. He just recently, after the first test, he attended his first bowling. There was some injury was there with Ishant. It was not like he was just dropped. So considering that, I don't think that he will be playing. It has to be Ashwin because Shardul, along with bowling, offered that batting option also. So and they have to consider that batting ability. And Ashwin, of course, is better than Ishant in that terms. So I think Ashwin will play.
mm.
Ishant
I
yet
agree with that.
to
Yeah,
join.
yeah.
Yeah, with Ishant,
Ash,
the
your
only
thoughts?
thing, yeah, with Ishant, the only thing why we are talking that he should be in the 11 is because his record at Lords. Simple as that.
Right.
So
True.
Mm.
since his record is good at Lords, we are tempted. We are going by history rather than being in the present. So in the present, if you see that Siraj has done nothing bad that he should be, because potentially Bumrah and Shami couldn't be dropped, I would say, and that's the reason we
yeah,
are talking about Ishan to be in the place of Siraj. But if the conditions are drier and as we are seeing that temperature is nothing like there is no rain predicted, then I don't think Ishant might get that much help with that pitch. Siraj might get with respect to after getting seam movement or some that kind of things. But yeah, Ashwin is sure short replacement. There's no doubt
You're
in that.
talking about Ashwin also. I think he has 18 wickets, if I'm not mistaken, 200 overs, 18 wickets for 506 at an average of 28 in England. So I think that's
mm,
very effective when it comes for Ashwin. I think, especially, I don't know why he was dropped in the first place in the first test. I think because of that all round option.
template.
I think, but definitely gives that batting depth and the bowling as well in in terms of his aspect. Yeah, yeah,
Like Ashwin is like along like Ashutosh said, we are living in the past, but also now we Indians now we tend to respect a lot on experience as a factor. I mean,
mm,
that's the reason it took us so long to find a alternate wicket keeper when MS Dhoni hung his boots, when
Mm,
Yuvraj Singh retired, because we tend to compare
Yeah.
them with the experience. We always look on experience a lot.
yeah. True, true. Yeah, I think we all agree that Ashwin will definitely win the squad. But I want to talk about this video which Damien Fleming did on both Bumrah and Siraj. I mean, you guys can see, right? His leg brace, Bumrah's leg brace, and Siraj's leg brace, and the release point. I think his one is 34 centimeters, and Siraj is 7, and that's why I think Bumrah is
mm,
very effective. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
your thoughts on that? Yeah, on Bumrah's orthodox action, which makes him very effective in English conditions. Yeah.
You can see the hyperextension in Bumrah's arm there. That's where he gets that like a catapult effect there for the extra pace that you feel. The ball comes to the batsman little faster than you judge it to be, and also you can see he's little more ahead of the crease. That also aids in helping the ball to come a little faster than expected. You can see Siraj and Shamir, who are its conventional bowling. So they're all at the straight angle or straight lines. You can say Jasprit is slightly ahead of the line. That's where that extra pace factor comes in, and that little late you pick the ball.
Yeah, agreed.
This just messes up with batsman head because
Yeah,
their action, their timing, it all messes up because because of that late release point. Siraj, for that matter, is looking better. I'm just worried about his left knee. This
collapsed.
kind of action has given a lot of issue to a lot of bowlers. They end up with a lot of knee injuries later on. I'm just worried about that. How will
Hmm.
Yeah,
Siraj
that.
seems to be like a textbook bowler for that matter. His online,
That
his hand
don't you
release
think it
point is
can even
something.
affect the
Like
back a
Siraj is
little bit?
too low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it can actually affect Bumrah's career. Actually, that's why he's saying that he's more prone to injuries more than the other Indian bowlers. So in BCCI, have to be very careful when it comes to his workload, especially for the World 2020 and the IPL coming up. He'll have to play all matches for Mumbai Indians, and then the World 2020 straight after that. So, do you think whether he can play all five Test matches or whether he'll be rested probably for the last two Test matches?
I don't think we can worry about that because
Definitely he would
one
be
good thing
rested.
about
Depends on the
Bumrah is
results also.
he it depends on
Yeah,
the results and this guy he has a very short lineup and the hyper extension like Rohan said, his major pace comes from that. His arm is his action is very fluent and that hyper extension gives that extra pace. So rest of his like his knee, his back, they don't have that much of an pressure like what we can see. We can clearly see on what Siraj is having here. His entire body seems it's not that effortless at his pace. It's not like one fluent motion. For that matter, and Bumrah has bowled right 5 matches on the go and
Yeah,
he's played entire IPL
mm,
seasons.
yeah, yeah.
So
And one
just
good thing
just
about
to give you
the
a
current team of
stat,
these bowlers is yeah,
Bumrah played all the matches in the 2019 IPL, and he then later went on to play that 50-50-50 over World Cup, all the
World Cup.
matches. So that is something not something new. Yes, even that time there were talks that we need to manage Bumrah's work and everything. He was rested for all the home series. He didn't play even a single test match. So that might
Mm,
Yeah,
happen after the World Cup, if at all. I don't know if there are something coming in India, but he won't be a part of those things. So yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
fine
agree
with.
with that. Yeah.
yeah,
I think he should be given a continuous run. I think for the five Test matches, and then the 20 IPL will be very crucial, and then the 2020 World Cup as well. And then after that, probably, I agree with your statements over there. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Coming up
and
on the
for now, just adding to what Pawan said and what the other guy said, one thing is India currently has a great crop of young bowlers also. If you
mm,
remember Karthik Tyagi and Chetan Sakaria, these
yes,
guys, the action, everything is. I think it's Karthik Tyagi whose action is very similar to Brett Lee. Very clean, very
yeah,
straight run, a slight bounce he gets before the release. So these guys are very good. So even if you want to rest Bumrah for a good longer run, these guys can get good chance in that matter.
agree.
yeah, and talk about the playing 11 for both
Oh,
England and India. Who would you go for? Starting with Ashutosh, Venkat, and then Rohan for the second Test. Playing 11.
India level, right?
Who would you change?
Same as
You know,
the last,
who would you change
same,
for both in India and England?
yeah, same as the last lineup except Ashwin replacing Shardul. And with respect to
Same.
England, I think that Anderson Broad should be replaced by Craig Overton and was that another guy?
Mark
Wood,
Wood.
Mark Wood. Yeah,
Mark Wood.
yeah. And Crawley, not Crawley, but the position of batting Crawley, I would say Habib over there and Moin Ali in the place of Dan Lawrence.
Okay, so many changes for England right now. Yeah, Venkat,
The two are
your
forced
ideas?
one, right? Two are forced
Yeah,
one.
two
So
both of them are injured. Yeah, so I don't think Anderson and Broad is definitely out of the series. So to
Yeah,
inform that as well, Anderson is a doubt for this Test match, Moin Ali is back into the squad. Same with Sakib Mahmood. Yeah. Venkat, your opinions? Yeah. Who would you replace for India
Pawan,
and England for the second test?
Pawan, you should note down this date, 12th of August. This is the date I completely agree with Ashutosh. I have the same team.
Okay.
I have no,
That is a
that's all
surprise.
there is. I
You know
completely
what,
agree
Venkat?
whatever
It's
is said.
raining outside my house.
Huh? It's raining here also.
Rohan, do you also agree with Ashutosh and Venkat? Or would you? Uh,
Uh, Indian lineup, I'll agree. England, I see only three changes. That's it: Anderson, Broad, and Moin Ali. I mean Wood, Overton, and Ali for Lawrence, Broad, and Anderson. Hamid, I doubt they'll pick him straight away because generally England are very conservative peoples. They don't change their batsmen so easily. They either give them one more test to fail, but they won't give one less for sure. That's the thinking they generally go for. If he fails in this test, maybe next test onwards you may not see Crawley.
yeah. I think I also agree with
I,
the England. I think I would replace Anderson, Broad, and Lawrence and go with Ali, Sakib Mahmood, and who's that one for Broad?
Wood,
I can't remember.
Wood,
Yeah,
Mark
Mark
Wood.
Wood.
Mark
Yeah.
Wood.
Mark Wood, yeah.
India,
The
I'm
only
not sure.
issue,
I might give Ishant a chance for Siraj. I'm not really sure about that, whether that will happen. But
no, no, no.
Shardur for
No, no,
Ashwin
no,
for
no.
sure. That's a
Mm.
firm thing. I'm really not sure between Ishant whether he's playing or Siraj. That's 50-50 for me. I can't decide
Pawan
on that.
Nishant won't play. Like I said, he's attended only
Yeah.
one bowling session, net session also. So it's too, they will not take that risk. Then other issue
Venkat,
that I
sometimes what
having,
happens now, these people just give a bluff to the other team that this guy may play, that guy may play, just to confuse them.
and Nishant
Yeah,
is
yeah.
But I
worth
have
the
one
bluff, to be
question,
honest. Yeah.
nice question or headache kind of thing. If Ashwin plays this test, scores a 50, say I'm just saying he scores a 50, takes a fifer, would you drop him for the next test?
Depends.
Shardul is
Where is the
fit.
Where's
next
the
test?
next
Where is the
test?
next location?
But I
Headingley,
think the
right?
next test is in Leeds. Yeah, Headingley. Yeah.
Yeah.
The third
That
test
will
is in
spill.
Headingley. Yeah.
That'll be
Ashwin
drier
will be
And
also.
there.
He has
Oval,
to play.
especially the Oval, Ashwin should play for sure. The fourth test match. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a key thing for I think
Mm.
Ashwin should be in that test match. Yeah, and there's a gap also. I think after the 16th to the 25th, so there is a 9 day gap. I think from the second to the third test, so that I think that will be itself a good rest for all the
Yeah.
bowlers for India. Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Or just to answer Ashutosh, surprisingly, the hamstring injury could be healed in a week, and Shardul
Yes,
Thakur
yes.
might also come back, which generally
Hmm.
takes at least 3 to 4 weeks. It might be healing in a week also. You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
That is if there
And
is a
all.
injury.
No, there always
Yeah.
be injury. Then Ashwin will have some back pain. Ashwin will have
It's
some knee
called a
pain.
niggle, Venkat, not a injury. Niggle.
Sorry, niggle.
Nigel
Uh,
It comes as
facing
convenient.
right.
Sometimes it heals magically. I don't know how happens. Because I remember my frustration
Um.
because Zair Khan has to suddenly used to get an hamstring injury and it used to go out for a month
yeah.
because
Yeah.
it was reoccurring. Hamstring injury takes that long. And suddenly within a week these guys are back and stuff. I don't understand how these things happen. Even if you remember Shardul Thakur's debut, he bowled 1 over
Yes.
because he got an
Two
hamstring
balls.
injury and he was out for months.
Yeah.
Against West
Guys.
Indies.
West Indies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, please comment on the section. Anyone who's viewing, I think there's zero, and plus Aryan has also joined the stream. Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Hi, Aryan. Yeah.
Hello Aryan.
Yeah.
Aryan.
Oh yeah.
Hi. Hi, Rohan. Hi.
So we go to the next topic. England and India losing points, losing two WTC points from the first test, going over. Both teams going over it. Do you agree with what they have done?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
They
very good.
bowled not only they bowled just 80 overs in the first day. Come on.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this will happen if you are going that four pace options. This is bound to happen.
Yeah, and both teams fine 40% also. Yeah. Aryan, your thoughts on the teams as well? Since we got two win also, but who are you playing 11? Who would you change for both in India and England for the second test?
For India, I mean, Shardul is out, so I bring definitely Ashwin because we've been hearing that we can get a perfect match and it can be sunny in Lords. that means last innings is going to be difficult. And I only see one change because I think dropping Siraj for maybe Shant Sharma, because people are saying Shant has done well at Lords and all that. But dropping Siraj after one game is very harsh on him. So I only see one change for India there, that is the injury of Shardul and Ashwin. You talk about England. Obviously, we've been hearing that Broad and Anderson are out. So then you bring in Moin Ali, who's obviously a sure shot. And Samath has just commented. Take that comment, Pawan. Oli Pop is not playing in the
Yeah, I
second
took it
test.
already. I took it
So
already.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe Hasib Hamid is coming in and Moin Ali is coming in for Broad and Anderson. Maybe so. This may be that maybe Mark Wood does not come in. That is also a key thing we need to look for.
Mm. Yeah, so St. John's Wood, it's Lords actually, so that's
Yeah,
Lords
that's
is
the
part of
area.
that area. So yeah,
Yeah, that's the
today I think it's cloudy. Even I think ESPN also said that there's light clouds over Lords today. But yeah, interesting. 10 o'clock, 21%. I don't see it raining today, guys. Right? Yeah, hopefully.
You check the Twitter of Lord's Cricket Ground. Check the Twitter. They posted that a cloudy day, but a dry day with clouds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think.
And 21% rain, even if there
Yeah,
is a slight drizzle, they won't stop the play, even if it is
Mm,
there.
yeah. Yep. I think I have it. Yeah. But I think conditions are going to be good all 5 days. Hopefully, I think there will be a great test match going on. Yeah, talking about the prediction of the yeah. Before that, I want to show the ground as well. Yeah, I can show that as well. Yeah, thoughts.
long straight
Uh,
boundaries, right?
yeah, they say
The
it's the last
slope
rain.
is
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
slope
slope.
is one
last rain
side.
today. Yeah,
Yeah,
South.
slope is one side. Yeah.
They,
Team bowling first definitely has an advantage here.
Yeah.
Team who bowls first.
if we,
I'll say
uh,
someone like Robinson has an advantage here.
so
Maybe, but we know if it like
if
sun comes
who wins
down
it, yeah,
for
we
an
toss
hour or
ball
two.
or
Yeah, but
Samantha has brought updates. It was
Oh,
Sorry,
raining
Pawan,
Samath
you
said
are
it
2
was
Oh,
minutes
breaking.
raining
ago,
few
but
minutes
now
ago.
okay, that's interesting. Yeah, right now, yeah.
it
So
it may
starting
be a
with
slight.
Aryan, yeah,
Yeah, go on.
yeah.
What was
Whoever
the
wins the
question
toss,
again?
whoever would win the toss, would you bat or bowl first? And how would you see this day going
Where?
on in the first day? Whoever
I
wins the
won't.
toss,
I won't. Yeah.
yeah, continue.
Whoever wins
Yeah,
the toss, I would rather bat first. Whoever wins the toss, because I'll tell my batsman just play out the first shot. The moisture will dry out on the wicket. Because the moisture is there, and if it is expected to be dry and cloudy, I think teams are gonna bat first. But having a look at England, they are missing their senior pacers, so they might as well gonna bat first. I'm not sure about the way Kohli and India are thinking. Do they base their decision on the pitch, or do they base their decision on trusting the batting order? So that will be interesting to see. First, Kohli needs to win the toss. Last 7 times he's played in England, 7 losses in toss. So first of
yeah,
all, he needs to win this. Then we can discuss on what India
correct.
should do.
I agree
yeah.
to Aryan. What he said, because they don't have Broad and Anderson, they might there's might benefit for them to go for the new ball the first day. So they might go with batting 1 point. And adding to that, for Kohli, it might be just a like a boon in disguise. The guy, he has great bowlers now. He has Shami, he has Bumrah, he has Siraj, who can swing the ball early. So why not? So it can be that no matter whoever wins, I think it will be England batting and India bowling.
I think England, if they actually bowl, they might have a worry because Anderson and Broad are like a big factor, as Rohan said early on the show with his stat. Especially Sakib Mahmood might be, I think he's going to debut, right? If I'm not mistaken, he's
Yeah,
not won a cap before as well. Yeah, so that's
I
another
don't know
interesting
about
factor
Sakib
as well.
Mahmood, how good of a player he is.
Didn't you watch the England versus Pakistan series, the
No,
ODI in
no,
the
no.
Don't
2020?
mix up the
I
white ball
missed it.
skills, Pawan.
Yeah, yeah, but in count, okay, talking about Sakib Mahmood, I think let's go with his county record as well,
Is
since
he gonna is he gonna debut? What's the news? I don't think so.
I doubt. I
um,
doubt.
I
in
doubt
Crick Bus,
also.
I think
He is not going to.
they say that Sakib Mahmood might replace Manderson. I don't really know what's going to
No,
happen with
I
the
think they're saying for Mark Wood, not Shakib Mahmood. That
Pawan,
means
again,
Mark,
as
yeah,
far as I know, England,
who's
they
going
are
to
very
replace Stuart Broad?
conservative.
Who's going to replace Stuart Broad then? Because Stuart Broad
Good,
is out
good.
of the series.
Moeen Ali,
Um,
and Mark Wood. These are the two
no, but
changes
then
that we are hearing.
so won't you replace
Dan
Dan
Lawrence.
Lawrence then? Then there'll be
Huh?
a extra
Three
better shot.
changes, Aryan.
Yeah.
Minimum three.
Then Hasib Hamid comes in for Dan Lawrence if he's gonna play.
No, no, no,
If
no, no.
you're
That will affect the
adding,
complete balance.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I
Dan
also
Lawrence,
they
agree with
need.
Moeen
that.
Ali will
They'll
be
play
for
five
Dan Lawrence.
bowlers, including Moeen Ali.
Shakib Mahmood,
Okay,
I don't think
this is
so.
a okay. Yeah, on Crickbus they are saying that it's a probable 11 is Saki Mahmood instead of Stuart Broad, and
See, earlier
if
it was like India's batting versus any team's bowling.
Hmm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. About Sakib Mahmood, wait. I think he's first class. Whether I'm sharing, I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Here, Samath has interesting here. Question. Comment here. According to Indian Express, Shardul Thakur's injury could see the addition of Ishant or Umesh, with India likely to continue with four fast bowlers. I think even Virat Kohli also. I think he told that he might go with four fast bowlers. Yeah. So
This is an
Aryan and
interesting
Venkat.
comment.
Yeah.
Very interesting
What
comment.
do you guys
Ishant,
think about
fair
that?
enough.
Yeah.
He does not have enough bowling. He's not had any warm up for that match. But why not Umesh? Umesh performed well in the county game
Umesh is
also.
a
Yeah, yeah.
Umesh
Swing bowler.
got injured in that Australian game. Otherwise, he was one of the main pacers until then for India before
But
he got
Indian
injured.
Indian conditions, Aryan. India
Uh,
team has never showed any confidence in Umesh going overseas. He's been
Yeah.
no,
always
but
our main pull guy in
they are
India.
more likely to go with Ishant. That is, I think, a given. If anyone would come in, that would be Ishant Sharma.
Aryan, before you
Yeah.
joined, we were just discussing that only. Ishant till now has had only one bowling night session just after the first test.
Mhm.
Till that time, he has not bowled also. So, with such a less warm up, would you consider Ishant to win the team? And
I
was
think
Shardul
even if
Thakur also
he
gave a batting option?
Ishant Sharma batting, I think if you are not trusting your top six or seven to deliver, then what is the point of trusting the tail end? So might as well get Ishant Sharma and trust your seven batsmen to get runs.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt for a second. About Sakib Mahmood over here, he has played 22 first class matches, 65 wickets. His best bowling figures 5 for 47. He plays for Lancashire. Yeah. At an average of 26.30. So he has first class experience and list A as well. So yeah, I'm not sure whether they'll go towards Sakib. It's up to Joe Root. That's up to the ECB management whether he'll replace Anderson. But yeah, he could be a choice to make his debut. He hasn't made his debut before in Tests, so this is a
I agree.
great chance for him to. Because I wouldn't, because as Ashutosh mentioned, I think he said Craig Overton might get a chance,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't go with two spinners at all for England. I would only go with Moeen Ali because yeah.
Guys, I gotta leave.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Carry
It's
on.
okay. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
yeah, Rohan.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Bye.
the time. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, see you. Yeah. So Venkat and Aryan, your thoughts whether Sakib might get a chance instead of because both Anderson and Broad might be out of the series.
Maybe
Yeah,
if you
Eddie Stewart
wanna,
might be out, but Anderson is a
if you
doubt.
Anderson is a doubt, and if Anderson is out, maybe England are thinking on the lines that we might surprise India. India has never seen Sakim Mahmood, and he can be a surprise package, so why not throw him in? And surprise India up at the top because, as we know, that Rohit and Rahul both are susceptible to the outswinger, and this guy has both the skills to take the ball away and get the ball in. I know it was white ball, but if the bowler can swing the ball it doesn't really matter if he's playing with the white one or the red one. So might bring
Also,
him in.
yeah.
Yeah,
Also, one more thing
Venkat.
why I think Saqib can get a chance is, see, Mark Wood or the Robinson, these guys, they are very high pace bowlers. Okay, and with that amount of pace, the ball won't swing. What we saw with India also in the World Test Championship, they need a good medium pacer in between who can take advantage of the tight ball.
I don't think Robinson is that quick. His average speeds were 128 to 130 when he was bowling in
No,
the
I'm
first
confusing with
test.
someone else probably. I mean, they need
Yeah.
medium pacers there.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Okay, I'm talking about the win prediction for the second test match. Who would you go for? Aryan and Venkat, what do you see of the first day? What's going to happen in the first day in the action? And who do you think is going to win? Whoever bats first, what score would they post today at Lords?
It's not. It's all overcast, right? Like this one weather prediction, it's all cloudy weather. If India is bowling first, I'm looking at they will restrict in today England under 200. Is what I'm looking at. Same as what if they're not allowed, I'm looking at 170 to 200 that range. They might get somewhere there. But if India is batting, if we take off the first session, I think around 250 is what I'm looking at for India.
Yeah, Aryan.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If England will bat first, then 220 for 6 or 7 wickets down at the end of day one. If India batting first, then I would say a similar above 200, 210, 220, but for the loss of 5 wickets if India are batting first.
Yeah, I think I also agree. I think England might probably post around 225, 230. I think they lose more wickets though. I think they lose around 7 or 8. If India bats
Yeah,
first, I think they lose that
I'm just
much.
saying 5 wickets for India. I'm saying
Yeah,
five
same.
wickets for India because England are very low on bowling this test
I
match.
agree. I agree on you. Yeah,
Okay.
I think they, but I think they'll post around 240 or 245 India for the first day. Yeah.
And one more
Yeah.
thing, if
Talk about the.
Ashwin is playing, we have to
Hmm.
Hmm.
look at if he gets any wicket in his first bowling spell. Because if he gets a wicket in his first spell, then he's a completely different bowler. That's the start. If he's not taking wickets in his first spell, then he hardly takes a wicket in the entire match for that matter. But if he takes one, then there is at least 3 to 4 wickets there in the innings also.
And also, I want to ask another question about the India squad. If Pujara continues this bad form right now, would you replace him with either Mayank or yeah, Mayank or who else is there in the squad? Yeah, I can't. I think Aryan or
Hanuma,
Swajit is
Hanuma,
Hanuma
Hanuma,
Vihari. Yeah,
Hanuma.
Hanuma Vihari. Yeah,
No,
Mayank, maybe
Kohli is
Hanuma, I
not.
don't think so.
Kohli is not doing that. He just said yesterday, we are not looking at individuals. Where are they with their form? We are looking at collectively, and he's not going to do that. He was specifically asked this question yesterday in the press conference.
yeah.
So yeah, so he
Because
made
I
it
think
pretty
even
clear.
Sky and Prithvi Shaw might come back. I think after the second test match, so they also might be options when it comes to
I
third
don't.
test also.
Yeah, but then if Pujara and Rahane perform in one of the innings, then that picture is out of the equation, right? Why would you bring in Sky or Prithvi Shaw?
Yeah. So
Makes sense.
predictions for the second test match. Who would you win? Who would you back to win? Venkat and Aryan for the second test
India.
between England and India.
India. Just
If
for the
India
sheer lack
if
of
if
absence
India
of Broad
bats,
and Anderson.
I think
Yeah,
India
even I
has a good
agree.
chance because every test match abroad we are worried about how India will bat. Now we know India got the attack to clean up the opposition, but now with England being light on the bowling side, I think India can bat really well and post a score. And then we are confident India will take 20 wickets without much of an issue.
Who
Yeah,
will be the
And
man
but
of the
if
match?
one more point, one more point. But
Yeah, yeah,
England, if
please.
they put a score and if Moeen Ali is there and they're batting last, India, that will be interesting to see. So that is also another point we have to see. But India, yes, for me, India should win this.
Who would be the man of the match? Who would you go for if India is going to win? Who do you think will be the standout performer for the second test?
Hmm. Standard performer. I don't know why I'm getting this kind of feeling, but Ajinkya Rahane is coming to mind just because of his technique on seaming wickets. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in the past and I'm gonna back Rahane to perform at Lords. He's already on the honors board. Won't hurt for him to go there for the second time.
Venkat, you?
Well, for me, the thing is, our Indian batting lineup, they scored good in the first innings in the first test also, without any contribution from the middle order. Now, Pujara, Kohli, and Rahane, they both have guns to their back. And for better or worse, I'm sure one of these guys will perform well. Okay, they will add something to the. So we are looking at good total anyway in that aspect. And adding to the Shardul Thakur, which was our last batsman in the lineup, he scored zero anyway. So it gives me some confidence on the batting lineup. But if you ask me about the man of the match, I had two names. One is KL Rahul, just because his presence was great. He was very clear with his technique, and he got out on good balls. He did not throw away his wicket once. Second, one of the three. But like I am more counting Kohli because it's high time he likes these challenges and he will be roaring. And to be honest, apart from Anderson, I don't see other bowlers doing too much to him.
Yeah. Since I'm going for India win, I'm getting a bit slight feeling on Ashwin actually. If Ashwin
But
is picking 11,
for that he needs to play. And if Kohli has said we are playing four paces, I don't see Ashwin coming in today as well. If Kohli has
that's
made that
yeah.
clear.
I
Otherwise, I
think
think I
he
agree
just
with
said it.
Venkat. I think I might go either for KL Rahul, or probably Jasprit Bumrah for me. Either two of them.
Also, yeah, don't believe everything these players say in the press conference. I think they have been given a script so that the team looks good on the media, on the social websites. Inside the dressing room, no one knows what's happening. So yeah, these press conferences, these are like mask on the face, nothing else. So can't really bank on those what the captain say in the press conference.
Yeah. Switching on to the South Africa versus Sri Lanka at the moment, the South Africa have released their squads. So
Hmm.
so that's interesting. So I can't share it right now because I got it as a picture. But for the ODI squad, so both for 2020 and ODI, Temba Babuma is going to captain the squad. So ODI there'll be Temba Babuma, Duran Hendricks, Risa Hendricks, Hendrik Claassen, Jane Man Malan, Keshav Maharaj, Aidan Markram, Bian Mulder.
You do one thing, Bhavan. You open WhatsApp web, and then you can share. Go
Yeah,
on Google, open WhatsApp web.
yeah.
Just
Give me a
be
second,
careful
guys. Yeah.
on how do you share. Do not disclose your other chats. Just be careful.
Yeah. Give me a second, though. Yeah.
Bhavan, what is it with this domestic tournament going on in Sri Lanka? Blue, green, red.
I
What's
think that's
this?
preparation for the I think the South African series and the 2020 World Cup. Main focus on choosing the sides. Yeah. Yeah, we can talk about that as well. Yeah, I think the
I
squads. Yeah,
I can't believe I'm saying this, but currently Sri Lanka T20 team is looking way better than Australia team.
Hmm.
yeah, I can't hear. I think someone's. Yeah, I think there was a match. Sorry, I think it's starting today. I think no. Sri Lanka Greys versus Greens. I think that's match delayed today. I don't know what. So I think Dashun Shanaka is captaining Greys. Priyanjan is captaining Greens. I think Chandimal is captaining one match. I think today. I think there's a Blues versus Reds also. I think Dhananjay De Silva captaining Blues and Chandimal captaining Reds. Yeah, those are the four
Oh
teams.
yeah,
Yeah.
why is Dinesh Chandimal not considered for the main team? Oh, is
Oh,
it
good
is it clear?
question from Samath here. Mark Wood replaces Stuart Broad in the second test for England. So I think he knows the facts for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Um,
wait. Gloomy update, clouds overhead and some rain early in the morning. It's not raining right now. Don't worry, we're on course for a on-time start. Okay, blah 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 blah. Blah. Okay.
Tell Michael Atherton we have Samar Desai who gave us all these updates way before.
Yeah, yeah. Early news from Odipop has been released from England squad. Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, wait.
what Samat said, Markwood's inclusion was almost sure. We were questioning the other inclusions anyway. Markwood was a sure shot in anyway.
I think I can't share the screen for the squad. I think Aryan, can you share it if you have any chance?
Yes, yes. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Temba Bavuma is
Uh,
captaining that squad. So it's a strong South Africa squad, which we all expected, I think, for this ODI 2026. Yeah.
Guys, on Crick Info, there is a comment. Anderson alert. He's warming up with the rest of the squad.
oh, then that means Anderson was doubtful. Now he's not doubtful.
I
So if
think
that
I
is the
can't.
case, then England might go for the bowling also if they win the toss. Anderson with the new ball at Lords with overcast conditions.
You guys continue. I'm trying to get the squads for Sri Lanka. Yeah. I have the squads, but I can't share it right now.
Oh, add my Pawan, add my screen to your show. It's somewhere I can't add it.
Yeah. Okay, I did it. Yeah. Yeah. Right here. Yeah. So that way, can you show the ODI squad first? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Bavuma,
Temba Bavuma is captain. Yeah.
yeah.
It's an interesting squad for South Africa. Yeah.
I
I think
want
it's a
to see
strong squad.
who are the spinning options. Who is this Lizard Williams? Who is this? Is he a spinner?
I am really not sure about Lizard. I think I heard of him, but
South
not
African
really.
cricketer. Yes. Wait.
We all know that.
Uh,
He's a right arm fast bowler.
yeah, right
Yes,
arm fast. Yeah.
he has
Good
played only
move.
one match. Yeah,
Hmm.
for both 2020 and ODI. Yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah, this
the spin options there is George Linder,
and
Tabriz
Keshav
Shamsi,
Maharaj.
number one
Sorry,
2020
guys.
bowler,
Sorry to
and
interrupt.
yeah,
Sorry to interrupt.
Maharaj also they are back.
Guys, sorry to interrupt. One more update on Crick Info. Shardul is taking catches, etc. So its left hammy strain might not be serious. And
Hmm.
Mayank is running endless laps for 29 minutes.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
Laps is. I don't think running laps is something.
No,
Ah, yeah.
but
Mayank
I am
also.
just
Yeah.
happy it proves my point that the niggle is nice.
Not serious. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has come on cricket info. Yeah. But talk about South Africa's strong squad. I think that's good to see that a strong South African squad is coming to Sri Lanka. Hopefully they do
That's
well.
an A team. A team is
Eight
coming.
coming. Yes, yeah, that's good news for Sri Lanka playing a strong squad. Yeah. Yeah, and I think we spoke almost everything. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Venkat and Aryan, for joining. Yeah,
Thank you.
and to Ashutosh also before and Rohan as well. Yeah. So I'll end this. Yeah. So thank you guys so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. See you. Yeah. So yeah. Please follow health safety regulations currently in Sri Lanka. So we are currently dealing through a pandemic. The Delta variant has spread across Sri Lanka badly right now, and it's getting worse. So please wear a mask, please wear a face shield, and please keep a 1 meter distance, and please get vaccinated as soon as possible. Hope for a blockbuster second test match between England and India. Hopefully India can win this. As a Sri Lankan fan, I hope India can actually win this test match. Thank you for Samarth also for commenting, and please subscribe to my channel and please click the notifications on. Whenever I'm free or whenever I have time, I'll come back with another video. So thank you guys, and see